Hello, darling. Welcome back to the Wicked Wonderland. Ever imagined a world where the brightest witch of her age turns her back on the light? Oh, Hermione, what if, beneath that polished veneer of righteousness, lay a heart as dark as night? What if the mind that solved so many puzzles for the good schemed for the shadows instead? Tonight, we strip away the hero's cloak and cloak her in midnight. Let's explore a reality where Hermione isn't just playing with potions, but brewing a storm of chaos. Are you ready to see the dark side of genius? Don't forget, love, hit that subscribe button to catch all the sinister stories I've got waiting for you. Let's unravel the tale where our dear Hermione swerves deliciously off course. Picture this. It's her second year at Hogwarts. Whispers of a hidden chamber and monsters of old slither through the castle's ancient walls. While everyone is trembling, our Miss Granger finds herself fascinated, not frightened. Enchanted by the dark lore rather than repelled. A perfect plot twist, don't you think? You see, Hermione has always been a bit of an outcast, hasn't she? Top of the class, hand first in the air, always the one with the answers. But what if, in this shadowy corner of our tale, those qualities didn't earn her gold stars but whispers behind her back? What if her very friends, our beloved Harry and Ron, began to fear her unquenchable thirst for knowledge? Feel that sting? It's betrayal, sweet and sour, and it festers. Imagine her, walking alone, the weight of isolation pressing down on her like a dark cloak. And in that solitude, she stumbles upon the darker arts, texts not meant for the virtuous. She reads, she learns, she experiments. With each page turned, a little more of that bright, eager girl is shadowed by ambition, sharpened by cunning. Oh, and then comes the diary. Tom Riddle's diary. What if, instead of being repulsed, she was intrigued? What if she didn't resist but dialogued with the young Dark Lord? Picture her, under the flickering candlelight, tracing those cursed words with a fingertip, whispering into the void, and something whispers back. Connections form, dear viewer, not just of minds, but of souls. Tom mentors her, sees her potential, fuels her fire with praises and promises. How intoxicating to be seen for all you can be, not just all you are. By now, the entire school is ensnared in panic over the chamber's secrets. But not our Hermione. No, she's spinning this chaos into a ladder, climbing her way into the depths, not to close the Chamber of Secrets, but to claim it. And when she finally faces the beast within, she doesn't quiver. She commands. Control over such a creature? It's a power most intoxicating. Can you see her, our Hermione, reborn, not as a beacon of hope, but as a herald of shadow? Each spell she casts, each plot she weaves, oh, it's not for glory. It's for power, for vengeance against a world that never truly valued her genius. In this dark what if, every whisper of fear, every rumor, every shunned moment in the library alone doesn't weaken her. No, it builds her, crafts her into something formidable. By the time the others realize, it's too late. She's not just playing the game, she's rewriting the rules. Stay with me, darling, as we spiral deeper into this delicious darkness. Hermione Granger, the villain. It's not just possible, it's practically poetic. With the basilisk under her command, Hermione's ascent in the dark arts is meteoric. But a mind like hers, it doesn't just stop at conquering dungeons and serpents. No, she's thinking bigger, bolder. The entire wizarding world is a chessboard, and she's ready to play. So, let's explore her masterful rise to power. Hogwarts is merely the beginning. With the secrets of the chamber and her connection to Tom Riddle fueling her, Hermione begins to weave a web of influence that extends beyond the school. She contacts followers of the dark, those who lurk in the shadows, waiting for a new leader potent enough to disrupt the status quo. And who better than a prodigy scorned by her own? Picture her, my darling, moving in the shadows of Nocturne Alley, her whispers curling like smoke around the ears of the willing and the wicked. She recruits not with fear, but with an intoxicating promise to reshape the world in a way that values power and intellect over mere lineage. It's revolutionary, it's enticing, it's irresistible. Her ranks swell. Former Death Eaters, disillusioned with Voldemort's failures, see in her a new kind of dark leader, one who uses brains over brute force. Even some ambitious young wizards from Slytherin and beyond, those hungry for real power and sick of the old prejudices, flock to her banner. And Hermione? She's in her element, a queen in a court of shadows. Every ally, every spell, every secret learned is a weapon in her arsenal. Just when you think you've seen the depths of her cunning, wait until you see her master stroke. Stick around. It's about to get even more twisted. She stages coups, not with messy duels, but with cunning, poison in one hand and a wand in the other. Think of her overthrowing ministry officials not by force, but by blackmail, by magical contracts, by turning their own dark secrets against them. But it's not just about power, my sweet observer. It's about transformation. Under her rule, the magical community begins to change. Dark creatures once seen as monsters are given new roles, new respect. Imagine a world where a werewolf is valued for his strength under the moon, and a goblin for his cunning in finance, all under the watchful eye of Hermione, the puppet master. Oh, but she's not unopposed. Heroes rise, trying to stop her, and each time they do, she's ready. Our Hermione doesn't just defeat her enemies. She learns from them, adapts her strategies, and ensures that no one can outsmart her twice. Now, lean in closer, my dear. Can you see her? Not just as a villain, but as a visionary? Dark, yes, but dazzling in her brilliance. This is no mere rise to power. It is the ascent of a new empress, one who values the sharpness of mind as much as the sharpness of one's wand. And as we watch her standing at the pinnacle, remember, every spell cast, every alliance forged, every secret held tight, these are the stones with which she builds her empire. The question isn't just how high she can climb, but what the view will look like from the top. And believe me, it's a view she intends to savor. Stay tuned, my captivating friend, as we reveal the zenith of her reign. What does a world ruled by a dark queen look like? You'll soon see. And, oh, it's a sight to behold. And now we reach the climax of our tale, where Hermione Granger, once the brightest star of the light, reigns supreme in the darkness. Can you feel the weight of her crown, the vastness of her empire? Let's step into her world, shall we? With the wizarding world at her feet, Hermione transforms it entirely. Picture this. The Ministry of Magic, once a bureaucratic labyrinth, now runs with the precision of a finely tuned watch. Her watch. Her influence is absolute, her control unyielding. She restructures it, not with the clumsy force of a tyrant, but with the meticulous care of a master craftswoman. Every department, every office serves a purpose, and every purpose bends towards her vision. But what of Hogwarts, the very cradle of her power? She reshapes it too, not merely as a school, but as a citadel of her new order. The curriculum is rewritten, prioritizing magical prowess and the dark arts, tools to survive in a world where only the powerful thrive. She mentors the next generation, ensuring her legacy, indoctrinating them into a new ideology that venerates intellect and ambition over old bloodlines. And the magic itself? Oh, it evolves. Hermione, ever the innovator, delves into forbidden arts, resurrecting old magics and discovering new ones. Imagine spells that not only manipulate the mind, but bend the very fabric of reality. Portals that connect distant points with a whisper. Shadows that obey her slightest whim, and time that twists under her fingers like clay. Under her reign, magic is no longer just a tool, but an art form, and she its highest practitioner. Yet an empire is not without its dissenters. Rebellion simmers in the corners of her kingdom, groups led by those loyal to the old ways, those who whisper the names Potter and Weasley as mantras of a fallen resistance. But Hermione, with her network of spies and her mastery of strategy, stays one step ahead. She doesn't crush them with brute force. That would be too simple, too crude for her refined tastes. Instead, she infiltrates, manipulates, turns rebel against rebel until they destroy themselves from within. It's a dance she performs with devilish grace. Her rule is also one of spectacle. Public displays of power are frequent, not out of need, but out of choice. Let them fear, yes, but let them marvel, too. Duels that showcase her unrivaled skill, enchantments that light up the sky on Walpurgis night, beasts tamed and paraded through Diagon Alley. She becomes not just a ruler, but a legend, a figure shrouded as much in awe as in shadow. But what of the heart, you ask? Does our Dark Queen ever reflect on her path? Perhaps in the quiet of her chambers, a flicker of remorse, a whisper of what was once pure? No. For Hermione, each step was necessary. Each decision justified by the power she wields and the order she creates. Regret is a luxury afforded only to those who fail, and Hermione Granger does not fail. So here we stand, my dear watcher, at the end of our journey through darkness. Hermione Granger, the villain, the queen, the empress of a new world forged from shadow and spell. It's a fearsome thing, isn't it? To see just how magnificent, how terrifying, how absolute power can truly be when wielded without restraint. And you, left with the echo of her empire in your mind, must now ponder, in the stillness that follows the storm of her reign, what new seeds might sprout from the soil she has so thoroughly turned. For in the world of magic, as in all things, nothing is ever truly at an end. It merely waits in the dark for a new hand to take up the wand.